You're gonna hear the background noise of a fan because it's the hottest fucking day of the year in the area I live in so far. And I'm wearing makeup and I have my hair down, so like the fan stays on. I did try to do little flowers on my cheeks to go with this shirt. Don't know how I feel about it. And the vibes are gonna be, who knows? You're probably gonna argue that this like video, be like, Heather, this video is no different than all of the other ones you've done for your anniversary videos, which, yeah, fair enough, but it feels very different from all the other ones because I'm not really here to celebrate this year. I am celebrating, don't get me wrong. I've been doing this for 8 fucking years, and especially with like K-pop brain rot, 8 is fate, Stray Kids nonsense. I am very happy that it has been 8 years of my channel, don't get me wrong. Next week's video is gonna be a little like kind of like a mini vlog because June 1st, which was a Sunday, was the 8-year anniversary of my channel. It was, I don't even know how many years I've been clean of self-harm, and it was a Sunday, so I went and hung out with one of my best friends. We went into the city and did some silly goofy girl stuff. We bought some bullshit K-pop albums. The inside joke of that day is thank God we like P1 Harmony, and also we take real left turns and we can do them and we're so brave. But it's a little different this year, and I don't feel like, I am probably gonna cry in this video, but I don't really feel like celebrating as much and like doing kind of like a bleh, because Sunday was really lovely. But there have been personal and like outside of my little white woman bubble things that have been going on that have just been like, in the most unnuanced way possible, they've been a fucking bummer, bro. So I have, I've talked about my cats before. I have 2 cats, and my oldest cat is 18 years old, and he's very sick. And the week that this is filmed, I'm filming this on Thursday, by the way. I put an announcement on my channel that this video hasn't even been filmed yet because I'm filming this Thursday. Hadn't even filmed it in time for the Wednesday posting. My elderly cat, who is very old and very sick, isn't going to be alive for much longer. So dealing with that's the personal level stuff, which is super hard because he's 18 years old. And like, that's old for a cat, don't get me wrong. And like, I'm so happy that it's because of old age and because it's old age with sickness and not because he was like an indoor outdoor cat and like ate something he wasn't supposed to or get hit by a car. Like, I am very thankful in that sense, but at the same time, he's 18 years old and I've had him since I was 8 or 9 years old. So that's a fucking bummer. And also the state of the world, like the United States actively, I want to say a descent into fascism, but like we're already there. The United States like blatantly showing that we're like in fascism, and then like obviously the genocide in Gaza and everything, all of it just feels very like extra heavy and awful lately. Not to be like, oh boo-hoo, like little white girl so sad, but it's just like, you know, when you're like kind of bummed out about one thing and then everything about the world feels like extra overwhelming. That's what's going on right now. So I don't want to make this video too long, but like also like so happy to be here for 8 years. I'm so incredibly thankful for all of you that are following me. We're like steadily getting subscribers lately, and I think we're just under 400 right now, which is crazy because I think my like personal goal is to get to 500. So the fact that we're like, I think we're at like 391 the day that I'm filming this, I am incredibly thankful for all of you. I've been watching like a lot of weird little video essays lately that I stumbled upon by accident, and like the thing is, at the end of the day, numbers do matter. It's entirely up to the viewer whether or not a YouTuber succeeds. It's not fancy equipment, it's not all the money in the world, it's whether or not you guys find me entertaining. And the fact that there's almost 400 of you that find me entertaining does genuinely mean a lot to me. And I want to cry about that, but there's other things I'm going to cry about in this video. So I very much appreciate all of you, and I am incredibly thankful, and I'm so happy to be doing this for 8 years. It's been so fun and goofy. There have been times that I've stepped back. There have been times that I haven't posted videos, but this is a hobby that I very much enjoy. And when I'm not posting, it's either because I'm just not able to, or it's because I need to take a step back. And I appreciate everybody for always like coming back and checking out my videos after I've had to do, whether I just couldn't post or because I didn't want to for that day or that week or whatever. But the other things that I wanted to talk about is, well, first of all, we have our two Palestinian families. We have Rami's family and we have Sajud's family, who both have, you know, their GoFundMe goals, which I originally and ideally were for evacuation. But if that is not possible, I don't believe it is anymore. It is to provide them with any resources that they could possibly attempt to get in the complete siege and the famine and just everything that Israel's doing. And this is the part where I'm gonna cry because I don't want to fucking say this. I know that Rami's family and Sajud's family on their GoFundMes are not recently updated. I believe the last update, especially for Sajud, was right at the end of 2024. And Sajud's family was one that reached out to me on Instagram, like messaged me on Instagram, was like requested to send me a message. And the profile is like completely gone. When I look through my Instagram messages, I still have the message, original message, but their profile is like gone. So I understand if between that and like the GoFundMe not really having any updates on their end for both Sajud and Rami's family, I understand if you're kind of feeling like, why am I donating to that when it doesn't seem like anybody may still be alive? So, I don't have the information right now and I don't have their names right now. I'm like horribly ill prepared. Oh my god, the makeup was not a good idea to do like bright red because now I'm gonna be crying and I'm gonna look sunburnt. I don't have their names right on me right now, but I will insert a clip of two more Palestinian families that have reached out to me on Instagram and Tumblr, and they have been active on their social medias, and I don't remember off the top of my head if they've been like updating the GoFundMe as possible, but they've been active on social media, like reaching out and sharing their stories and sharing their links to ideally evacuate. Again, I'm not sure if evacuation is even possible at this point, but if not, to provide them funds to get any type of resources they could possibly get their hands on, especially with Israel completely blocking aid, being like food, medicine, clothing, anything like that. I will insert a clip of me speaking about them here. So I'm here to tell you about the two Palestinian families that have reached out to me through Instagram, Tumblr. They've reached out to me through their social media to ask for help. So I have the notes written here, and I sincerely apologize for my horrible pronunciation, but Khulud has a GoFundMe here, and the links will be in the description. They need $50K to get themselves and their family, whether out of Gaza, if we're able to evacuate, or for resources, specifically medication, if the medication is accessible, because her children are suffering from terrible skin conditions. And that is the picture, unfortunately, that is the picture for the GoFundMe to show you what her children are suffering through. So that is that GoFundMe. And then Ashraf and Noor, they have 15K as their goal, and it's in British pounds, but I don't think that matters, but I do want to specify for money conversion, whatever. But they are a family with two small children. They are one of the millions of families that are displaced and living in a tent, but same thing, doesn't matter. Any money you can donate at all is to help both of these families get medicine, food, clothing, any supplies that they could possibly get, especially with the aid being completely cut off to Palestine and Gaza. All of the borders are cut off and no aid is getting through because of Israel. So any money you can donate can help them access any of the resources that are in Gaza currently. If you feel a little more confident donating with any money you can, which I understand is like so little in the United States, if you're from this area, I understand. And if you feel a little more confident donating to people that you know, or at least have more confidence in the fact that at least one of the family members is still alive, that's going to be those families. And I'm going to put their links above Rami and Sajud's, but I still want to donate to Rami and Sajud, but I don't know if anybody is still alive in either of those families. And I don't know if anybody would be able to receive that money. So there's that. There's, I'm not going to say her name right, and I am so sorry. But that I didn't even know about her until recently when she was martyred. That sweet little girl that lived in Gaza that had a YouTube channel. She was like 11 or 12 years old, and she had a YouTube channel where she made videos about helping her community and the genocide and like how Palestinians can cook without fuel and how they can make fire to cook and warm themselves and with their limited resources. And she's gone now. I'm not gonna apologize for crying, because if you're not crying, you're fucking crazy. In my opinion, if you're not crying, if this doesn't affect you the same way, then like you're actively heartless. But I am sorry for kind of being like messy about it. But she was just a little girl, and she should have been making stupid, silly, goofy YouTube videos, and she shouldn't have had to make videos about surviving in a genocide. But she did, to try and help her community and her people. And another thing I want to talk about that's also going to make me cry, I don't have the exact date, and I will put it here because I want to be 100% on top of it. I've been sharing a lot about this on Instagram because everything that I've seen and how I found out was through Instagram. But a high schooler, he's a junior, so he's incredibly young, from the town that I was born and raised in and lived up to until last year, was detained by ICE. Just fucking randomly. And they've admitted that he wasn't even their target, which is fucked up anyway, because, like, they shouldn't have a target, point blank period, but he was detained by ICE randomly, and they've admitted that that wasn't their target. Marcelo Gomes. He's a junior in high school. And not, like, the thing is, especially as a white woman, I don't need to sit here and, like, tell you all of his accomplishments and everything to like be like, and he didn't deserve it. The only ones that deserve it are criminals, because nobody fucking deserves to be detained by ICE. That's fucking insanity, and everything's going to hell, especially in this country. We are a fascist police state, and we are actively committing Holocaust behaviors on our citizens as well as citizens overseas. But this kid was taken by ICE. They've admitted that he wasn't their main goal. He's a fucking honor student. He's in band. And thankfully, everything I've seen, the community, again, I don't live there anymore, and I don't have a way to get there day to day. Everybody's been protesting and like demanding answers from the governor of that state, and everybody's like showing up for him. And I believe his family also has a GoFundMe, and I believe it's to like, you know, provide a lawyer and an investigator to figure out where the fuck he is, because he's a junior in high school and nobody knows where he is. Marcelo Gomes. I'm not saying his name enough. His name is Marcelo Gomes, and he's a fucking kid, and he's been taken and nobody knows where he is. He was supposed to perform in the band at graduation on Sunday, this past Sunday, and nobody knows where he fucking is because ICE has him. Hello, I'm back as editing Heather to let you guys know that as of Thursday, June 5th, Marcelo Gomes is home. And I was incorrect. Whatever timing I put in the video beforehand of when he was taken and we didn't know where he was, it was actually 6 days, because he is home and he has done multiple interviews saying that he was gone for 6 days. He was detained. He was illegally detained for 6 days. So just wanted to throw that out there. He is home. Doesn't make the situation better. He shouldn't have been there fucking at all, but he is home. So some peace of mind for everybody, even temporarily. We'll fucking take it. He's home. He's with his family. That's all we can hope for. So I believe his family does have a GoFundMe that will also be linked. I'll probably link that one first. The other two Palestinian families that I mentioned, and then Rami and Sujud, will also be down in the description. And then also one more thing I wanted to say. This video, see, I told you this vibe is completely different because this video is not a celebration video. I am so happy and so incredibly thankful for 8 years on YouTube and the support that I have and the people who watch my videos and all of you that comment, but this is not... It doesn't feel appropriate to celebrate that when all of this is happening. And this is one more thing I just want to say, especially because Happy Pride, by the way. I also didn't mention that, and I feel like I should have mentioned that, especially because the genocides that are being committed in this country are against everybody that's not that 1% of wealthy white men. You know who they are. I don't need to specify who they are, but you know who they are. And trans people are being disproportionately affected. My community is being affected, yes, but disproportionately trans people are being affected. And I just need to say one thing about Pride, and if you randomly find my channel and you're not part of the LGBTQ plus community, that's fine. You're still gonna fucking sit and listen. LGBTQ plus community, I'm also talking to you. They want us all dead. They want us all dead. It doesn't fucking matter at the end of the day to them if somebody uses neopronouns, if somebody identifies as bi, but they should be using like pansexual as their label. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're trans masc lesbians. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anybody's identity is. It doesn't matter about all our little stupid fucking infighting. At the end of the day, it does not matter. They don't give a fuck. They're going to kill all of us. And anybody that's not gay or queer or part of this community, I need you to understand that as well. We have our own issues. We are having our own issues with infighting. The biphobia in this community is fucking crazy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at the end of the day if I should be using the term pansexual for my attraction to people around me. It doesn't matter. They want me fucking dead because I'm gay. You feel me? And like, that's like, and again, coming from a fucking white woman, I feel like I need to point that out. Because a lot of you are not listening to trans people. A lot of you are not listening to people of color. A lot of people, all of you are just not listening. And if a white woman says it, then maybe you'll fucking listen. We need to cut the infighting. I'm talking to you, talking to the other queers now. I need us to stop that. Because they want us all dead. It doesn't matter if somebody uses neopronouns and you think they're fucking stupid and you don't understand that, what's a trans masc lesbian? Like, I don't care if you don't understand it. They want us all dead. The most important thing we can do right now is be a fucking community and take care of each other. And anybody who wants to consider themselves an ally in any way, shape, or form, first of all, the A does not stand for ally. Go fuck yourself. And second of all, it doesn't matter if you don't understand it. It doesn't matter if you don't understand why somebody uses queer instead of gay, bi, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. They want us dead. Help us. Do something. So that's the 8-year anniversary video. Yay! I needed to say all of that. I needed it to all be in one video. I know it's a lot of information to take in between Marcelo. Again, I don't have their names off the top of my head, but there will have been an inserted clip of the additional Palestinian families that I'm going to be linking in the description about Rami and Sajud, about the queer community, because I've seen, especially that last bit, I've just seen so much biphobia again this year, and like, I don't really give a fuck. But at the same, like, for me, on my level, I don't give a fuck if you don't think I'm a real human being or like have a real sexuality. I don't fucking care. I care about the rest of my community suffering. You feel me? So happy Pride, happy 8 years. I'm sorry that it's posted late, but again, I have so much going on in my personal life, in my personal little privileged white girl bubble, but also there's so much happening in the world, and it's one of those waves of incredibly overwhelming. Doesn't matter. Links in the description. Please check all of them out. If you don't follow my Instagram, the only reason I suggest following my Instagram is because I've been sharing so much about like the protests and like about Marcelo Gomes and everything that's been happening with him, because this is incredibly recent news. It was between Thursday and Sunday of last week that he was detained by ICE, and we still have no fucking clue where he is. And that's too long. It's been too long for everybody that's been detained by ICE. It's been too long, point blank, period. But it's one of those things that, like, especially as a white woman, when it hit like so close to home, it really fucking shook me. So again, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for listening. I know that the people that are here that are subscribed are decent human beings. It's literally basic human decency, and the fact that a lot of people can't even manage that, and they're like, yeah, but I'm still a good person, is fucking crazy to me. It's crazy. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for supporting me for the last 8 years. I genuinely, seriously appreciate all of you. I'm going to start crying again, but I don't want to cry about sappy bullshit. So just know that I do love and appreciate all of you. This channel wouldn't be a channel without you, because whether or not I'm doing this for fun or I'm doing it for, you know, when and if I get monetized, at the end of the day, literally it does not matter what I do and like what equipment I use or anything like that. It is literally the viewers that make the channel, because especially if I was making money, I can't do anything unless I'm getting the views. And that's the power that's in your hands. That's why I also really push a lot of the time, like donating to our Palestinian families and checking out the links in the description. And if you have additional links that you would like me to share, to do it, because this may be a platform that I started, but you can't have any kind of platform without a foundation, and viewers make up the foundation. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video, and thank you all again for being here with me for 8 years. Love you guys. Bye.